What's up, world? How's it going? Once again, my name is Panda, and we're back for another episode of Panda's Podium. And this time, you're going to see some lovely gameplay footage in the background. But today, I'm actually going to be talking about the next-gen consoles between the PlayStation 5 and the new wave of Xbox consoles between the Series S and X. I wanted to kind of gauge interest from people who listen or watch this, as there's a lot of people I've seen online that say, oh, I'm going strictly PS5, or oh, I'm going to get the Xbox because it seems like it's a better deal. And then I see people that are just flat out confused by what Microsoft is doing, and I'm here to pretty much explain and get a lot of things off my chest. So there's going to be a little vulgarity in this. You know, I'm not going to apologize for anything because fuck it. So essentially, the PS5 looks to be a stupidly cool console, right? They're showing off the new Spider-Man game with Miles Morales. They got the Ratchet and Clank game, Demon Souls. Even as of this date, which is the 22nd of September, they recently showed off video footage of the new Demon Souls in action, and they even showed off Final Fantasy 16, allegedly coming to only PlayStation consoles and PC asterisk. So the thing is, why are people still defending these consoles as if they're the end-all be-all for everything? Console wars are extremely stupid to me, and they actually piss me off because the loyalty is so blind from people that they just don't want to appreciate that there are good games and good services and good enough reason to own both consoles, or 3 if you even count the Nintendo Switch, 4 if you even count PC. There's always something to play, there's always so much to do, and people are just so loyal, it's annoying. To be completely frank, I'm kind of sick of seeing it. I'm sick of seeing people say, oh, Xbox is garbage, or oh, PlayStation is garbage. I'm a person who's been playing on PC for the better part of maybe 2 years now, and I'm primarily a PC player. There's a chance where I'll usually play on PlayStation. I play my Xbox more frequently just because I can play a lot of the retro stuff that I actually like to play, and I can play some Xbox games very easily from the comfort of my bed or chair on a bigger TV without any issue. Of course, this is where it gets interesting because Xbox introduced Game Pass, and it pretty much revolutionized how things work. Not only is Game Pass an amazing service, they also have Game Pass Ultimate, which is pretty much damn near the same service but for PC, and it's just outstanding. I'm talking about new games constantly. Microsoft first-party exclusives are coming, like your Halo Master Chief Collection on PC. As long as you got Game Pass, you're getting that. You got your Forza for free. You got Halo Wars, Gears Tactics, Gears of War. You have Microsoft Flight Simulator, which just came out on PC. You have tons of indie titles that release day and date with the release on Steam or the Xbox Store, also part of Game Pass. And then, like I said, as of today, and this is just of this date, this happened a few days earlier, Bethesda is now owned by Microsoft. So ZeniMax, Bethesda, whatever you want to call the company. So you got your Fallouts, your Dooms, your Rage, your Skyrims, all of that under the same umbrella as Microsoft Studios. And Sony fanboys and loyalists are just still downplaying the Xbox, and they're trying to understand, well, if you have a PC, what's the point of owning the system? Here's the reason why it's important to own the system. Some people don't want to deal with the PC. I don't think people understand this, but I know people who said, I don't want to buy a PC. I don't want to try and build one myself. It's a little harder for me. So I'd rather just be able to buy a console and deal with everything straight out the box and go from there. And you're getting an amazing console. With the Series X, you're getting the most powerful console of the two between the PS5 and the Xbox. You're getting tons of games. You're getting tons of backwards compatibility. You're getting cross saves from Xbox One to Xbox Series X. People just don't care that the PlayStation is kind of launching with a good catalog of games. Kind of. And their backwards compatibility for PS4 is lackluster. Not to mention that they also still can't put PS3, PS2, or PS1 games for whatever reason on this system. And you know, this is why it's weird. As a PC gamer, I'm not going to say it's something I should tout and recommend, but emulating this software isn't that hard. PlayStation 1 games have been emulated for a long time, and most of them, if not all of them, damn near work flawlessly. PlayStation 2 emulation is freaking amazing right now, where most of, if not all, titles work very well on PlayStation 2 emulators, and even PS3 emulators are starting to emerge. I don't understand why Sony is so hesitant on just saying, oh, well, you know, we can't just put the emulators in the system. That's what Microsoft is doing. They're either making their own emulation software to use on their console to play their older titles, or they're just not going to put certain titles because of it. They're not trying to 100% it. Just put as much as you can, because at the very least, people are going to be happy that you put forth the attempt. But no. Instead, they announced this PlayStation Plus PS4 list, and people are ecstatic about it. I'm like, you're literally getting like maybe 15 to 20 games on this, and the Xbox literally has hundreds, and you guys are ecstatic, but you want to downplay the Xbox and say it's terrible. It's very annoying. Now, this is the one thing that PlayStation does that Xbox is having problems with is the exclusives. Xbox doesn't have the same sort of exclusive that PlayStation does. And I understand that. I'm a person who loves all consoles. Don't get me wrong. And believe me, there are more exclusives to play on PlayStation than anything, and it makes it very jarring to want to play on anything other than that system. But it's really freaking annoying that so many people are like, no, it's bad. It's bad. It's like, that's not how that should be. That's not at all how this should be. But what can you do, right? And then there's just the PC players who are just like, whatever. You know, it's stupid to me, especially because Game Pass Ultimate is an amazing service. And now not only can you play on your console, you can play on your PC, but you can also play on your mobile device or your Android tablets, and you have no issues playing wherever. Because some people don't understand that Xbox is not in it for the console sales anymore. That is a very old school mentality. Xbox has a PC mindset right now, where they're creating goods as a service, and they want you to play Xbox wherever. When they go on social media, they don't bash any company. They're like, yeah, this is a good company. You should play games wherever you can. PlayStation's like, yeah, we have the best games. They never say anything super positive. You know, it's a very archaic way of thinking that you have to buy the new box to play the new thing because you can't play the old thing and it should be obsolete. Xbox is like, you know what? If you want to play Xbox games, that's awesome. We're going to give you multiple ways to play it. Because in the end of the day, Xbox isn't Microsoft's major source of income. This is the difference between the two companies right here, right now. Xbox isn't the two companies' source of income, and it's literally just PC. Microsoft makes tons of money off of Windows and Windows accessories. Xbox is literally like a third or fourth thing on their branch of like leading sources of income, I believe is the word I'm trying to use for it. Whereas Sony, they are PlayStation. Sony makes cameras and televisions and other electronics, but they are PlayStation. Without PlayStation, that company would have struggled a lot harder than it had any right struggling. But thankfully, PlayStation as a brand is really strong and has a lot of loyalty. So this is why they believe that they have to make their system the top priority all the time. But Sony is also living in the past. Times have changed. And eventually people are going to start wising up and saying, you know what? We like the fact that you put Horizon Zero Dawn on PC. We like the fact that Beyond Two Souls is on PC. When is God of War and Spider-Man coming to PC? When can we expect more than these games come to PC? Xbox allowed Cuphead and Ori to go on multiple systems. And we're just sitting here waiting for when the day comes where we can play a Sony game on something other than a Sony console. I wouldn't even feel far-fetched if in the future at some point, you're going to see Master Chief on another console. And it's going to be a shock. Not because it's Master Chief on another console, but because Microsoft is willing to do whatever it takes to put their brand out there to strengthen not only them as a company, but the bond between developers and the community. So who knows? They're putting out a box that, for all we know, could eventually turn modular. Who cares? You know, I'm just saying you people need to learn to wise up, shut up, enjoy games for what they are. Stop trying to be super loyal because they don't care about your loyalty. They care about their pockets being lined up with your money. And the smarter you think as a consumer, the better off you are in the long end. And that's pretty much just going to do it for me today. I just wanted to rant for a good chunk of time. I could probably go on about this for a lot longer, but I didn't want to blow your ears off. Take of it what you will. You know, if you have anything negative or anything positive to say in the comments, feel free. I don't care. You know, do what you want. I appreciate everything. If you feel like somebody else needs to hear this, or maybe you want to try and spark more conversation, share this video with them as well. And if you haven't already, like it as well. Hit the bell to stay notified whenever one of our videos comes up next. My name's sfxxPLAY, and thank you all for watching, and I will see you on the next video.